Good afternoon, Facebook family and friends, and my faithful, loyal YouTube subscribers. Today it is Tuesday, June 14th, 2016. So, if you saw the news, a football player passed away in a hotel room. Ex-football Bear Bryan Robinson's death in the Chicago area. Let's see, he was in the Milwaukee Motel room. Former Bears defensive lineman Bryan Robinson was found dead in a Milwaukee motel room Saturday. While circumstances surrounding the death of the 41-year-old prompted a series of questions, some of which authorities continue to investigate, former teammates and coaches mourn the loss of a tough player and respected mentor. So let's take a look at what was going on in this hotel room. So he had checked into a hotel, a motel. I don't see the name of the room, the hotel. Anyway, motel staff, which told authorities Robinson was a regular guest, they discovered him at about 8:30 p.m. after entering his room. Robinson had rented the room for 6 hours and had not departed on time. He checked in with an unidentified male who left between 4 p.m. and 5 p.m., according to the police report. A crushed toilet paper roll was in the crook of Robinson's left arm, the report said. Also discovered in the room were 2 bottles of Jungle Juice Plus, the brand name for a popper that includes acetone and nitrite in its huffed to relax the body, which is why he had the crushed toilet paper roll. He was using it to huff the popper. 1 bottle was empty, so he had used the whole bottle. There may possibly. Authorities found marijuana, a mostly full bottle of Crown Royal whiskey, and the keys to Robinson's Land Rover, which is registered to his wife Angela in the parking lot. Robinson's career with the Bears is probably best remembered for the Walter Payton game of November 7, 1999 against the Packers, the Bears' first game after the death of the Hall of Fame running back 6 days later. Robinson blocked a 28-yard field goal attempt by Ryan Longwell as time expired to preserve a 14-13 victory at Lambeau Field and snap a 10-game losing streak to the Packers. Well, this man in this hotel room was a married man, worth millions of dollars. He earned $20 million playing for various football teams. One of his contracts was for $20 million. I'm not sure how much his net worth was when he passed away a few days ago. However, this was not okay. So they signed him to a $20 million deal in 2001. That was just one of it. So he made a lot more than $20 million. That was just an extension. So, but there was another thing that I saw in him where he was charged with sexual assault by another man. I don't see it now, but he was questioned. Oh, here it is. He had off-field issues, twice getting charged with DUI. But throughout his career, he was considered a good teammate. Late in the 2003 season, a man accused him of sexual assault. After a search warrant was executed at Robinson's Gurney home, prosecutors declined to charge Robinson with any wrongdoing. All right. Now, I know plenty of friends who died from using poppers over the years. They've had massive strokes and heart attacks. Poppers tend to get your heart rate up, and it causes the body to relax. And sometimes it may cause the heart to relax a little bit too much, causing it to have an attack or go into a heart attack mode or a stroke. That's kind of how I'm not a medical doctor. But I've lost a lot of friends who've died while using poppers. So a lot of people use poppers when they're in a lot of homosexual men. I don't know about gay, straight for people. I can only speak for what I've known from being gay. A lot of gay people a lot of homosexuals use poppers, particularly if they're having anal sex. It's supposed to help the body relax and so that the penis can enter into the rectum area. I'm just telling you what I've heard. I don't know. I've never used poppers before in my entire life. I don't know much about poppers, but I know a lot of people use them. So, here we have a married man in a hotel room with some questionable activities. More than likely, this man was on the down low or bisexual or gay or whatever you want to call it these days. He could have been any of them. He could be either gay or bisexual. He was married, had a wife. I don't know if he had any children or not. But he had had made millions of dollars. He was driving a very nice car. I'm sure they have a very nice house. You know, it always kind of ends. All things done in the darkness come to the light. That's how I've always tended to live my life, open and out. People have always said, "Oh, Walter, you're just too out for me." Well, I'm not going. I think if you go around lying and deceiving people, and not being honest to people about who you are, the truth is going to get out. Now, this woman, his wife woke up to this mess this morning. Her husband found dead in a hotel room. She probably didn't know nothing about this mess going on. She might have known. I'm going to give her the benefit of the doubt and say she probably didn't know. The people at the hotel, he was a frequent visitor to this hotel, which I'm sure it ain't a 5-star hotel. He probably was coming in there just to get his groove, mess around with whatever. Escort, I'm sure he's probably was paying escorts to come into these hotels and have sex with him. He probably was, this is the truth of the matter. This man was bisexual, gay. He was probably paying for sex, meeting guys on some type of app, going into this hotel room and having sex. He was frequently at the hotel during the daytime, so his wife would not know at night. He would come home and probably pretend like he'd been working all day or working on some project or something. I'm sure he probably owned, folks, I can tell y'all some stories. But let me say this. I meet married men all the time. They come up to me in various places. The car wash, while I'm getting my oil changed, while I'm in a grocery store, if I'm at the dentist's office. These guys come out of nowhere, introduce themselves, and begin talking, asking questions. And I can immediately tell you they are married. I see the married. They even tell you I'm here with my wife, or I'm here with my girlfriend, or my fiance. I've traveled to when we travel out of the United States, so we go to various places, these resorts, I always meet married men. Always. I'll be in the pool minding my business. They'll swim up. Just start talking. Where are you from? I'm here with my wife. I have an extra room here at the hotel. Why do you? Oh, I had an extra room because I was bringing some family members and they didn't come. So you kept the room anyway? So I see all this hanky-panky going on with these married men. And now another issue that I've known about for years, a lot of gay guys like to have relationships with these married men. So these married men get away with a whole lot of shit because a lot of gay guys tolerate this. And I have some friends that prefer married men. Why, I have no clue. But like I said, all things done in the darkness will come to the light. And a lot of these guys think they're getting away with shit, and they're really not. It's unfortunate because then the wives, we weren't sitting at home wondering, well, how did I catch this disease, where your husband was someplace with some man doing something he wasn't supposed to be doing while married to you. That's why it's very important to understand who you're marrying these days, what kind of habits they have. You get to know this person, even if it means hiring a private investigator to follow that motherfucker. Find out what he's up to. Because your life is dependent upon this. Because now, I'm sure his wife is dealing with something that she probably thought she would never have to deal with. Her husband, dead, caught up in some mysterious possible sexual relationship at a hotel with some stranger. She's probably wondering what the hell is going on. Or then again, she might have known. Don't know. He wasn't the most attractive guy to me. I was trying to find some better pictures of him so I can kind of see what he looked like. Wasn't my type. But hey, there's somebody for everybody. which leads me to believe he was paying for sex. That man was going to that hotel, bringing escorts in, paying for sex, and that escort realized that man had died and ran his ass up out of there. Oh, don't worry, they're going to find him and question his ass about what happened. So, I just think that a lot of these guys, you always hear about these guys, individuals who are on the down low. And when it always comes out some horrible situation with them, like the one banker here in Atlanta, Georgia, who was shot and killed in a park in New Jersey. And his wife didn't know he was gay. Here he was at 2, 3 in the morning, running around some park with his dick out and to an undercover police officer, and the officer ended up having to shoot and kill him because he was trying to get away from the officer instead of going peacefully with the officer. The family actually settled a lawsuit with that city up there in Jersey, or wherever it was, and they were paid a substantial sum of money. Figure that out. But these individuals, like this guy here, it happens every day. And a lot of people think it's just because he was a football player. I have met so many NBA players and NFL football players. I meet them all the time. I meet gay guys the gays are everywhere. Just because they're playing a sport don't mean it. You got tons of gay NFL football players and NBA basketball players and every other sport you can imagine. They're there. Hiding. You can't, you can't get away. You'd be foolish to think that there are lots of black, gay NFL football players, basketball players, and every other sport you can imagine. And they're just hiding. Like I said, a lot of these guys are married, have wives, children, or fiancés. They live in a double life. But, like I said, everything done in the dark will come to light, and the truth will be exposed. So, that's why I live my life in the open. Honest about who I am. I don't believe in lying and deceiving people. I just believe in telling the truth. That's just because this is just who I am. So, if you like my videos, please click like, share them with family members and friends. And I'm out of here, and enjoy your Tuesday. Again, today is Tuesday, June 14th, 2016. And I'm still in a kind of a down mood about the incident that just happened over the weekend with the guys the 50 people getting killed in Orlando. So I'm still dealing with that. So I might do another video about that. I'm just trying to figure that out. All right, enjoy your Tuesday. I'm out. Bye.